Hi, Anthony Sani here again, helping you get from goal setting to goal getting. I want to share with you an idea in this video called the critical moment. And it's that moment where you're faced with a decision between taking a direction that moves you toward your goal and a direction that moves you away from your goal. All the planning, all the implementation intentions, the smart goal setting, the smart goal writing, the road mapping, the calendar, all those actions only really matter if you can win in the critical moment. A critical moment is when it's 5:30 a.m. in the morning and you have a decision whether or not to stick with what you said you would do in your calendar or lay back down and go to sleep. In that critical moment, you find yourself being torn. When we don't understand what is at stake in that moment, we will often pick the short-term benefit over the long-term goal. So knowing about the critical moment, that is when the goals actually make progress, will help you a lot. And I will also share with you 3 strategies, techniques, tactics that you can use to win in the critical moment. The first is to make the right decision easier than the wrong decision. Make it hard to do the thing you don't want to do and make it a little bit easier to do the things that you can. Here's where Shawn Achor's 20-second rule comes in. I have an entire video about the 20-second rule. I'll see if I can link it here somewhere. But that rule says that if you can put 20 seconds of inconvenience between you and an action, the odds that you take that action so much lower. So see how you can make the undesired in that critical moment more difficult. Engineer your environment to make it so. Number 2 thing you can do to ensure that you win in the critical moment is to have affirmations. Affirmation is not about how you will behave, but about who you are. When you affirm a behavior, it's not nearly as effective as affirming an identity. So instead of affirming something like, I will not do something, it's much more powerful to say, I do not do something, or even more powerful to say, I am something. So saying, I won't miss my workouts is not as powerful as saying, I don't miss my workouts. And that's not as powerful as saying, I do what I promised myself I am going to do. Having an affirmation like that might sound like it's not helping, but in that critical moment, believing that you are the kind of person who wins in that critical moment will come through for you. And the third way that you can help yourself in the critical moment is to understand how we often get sabotaged when we allow the short-term pleasures to outweigh the long-term goals. Bruce Lee once said that if you hold a dime close enough to your eye, it can block out the sun. So the perceived benefit and pleasure of just throwing that comforter over your head and going back to sleep, that pleasure looms so much larger than the ultimate pleasure of your target goal, your target weight, or your target level of fitness. So how do you overcome this? When you find yourself in that critical moment and you're starting to have second thoughts and you're starting to waver in your resolve, just take a pause and remind yourself, what's the long-term benefit of winning in this critical moment? And if you can remind yourself of that in that moment, the odds that you will take the right decision, ignoring the short-term pleasure and reaching for the longer, bigger payoff goes much higher. So remember, the spearhead of your goal is the critical moment. Winning in that critical moment is what differentiates people who just set goals from people who get goals. I hope this has helped you. Use these strategies to help you win in that critical moment. Follow me for more content like this that helps you go from merely goal setting to goal getting, and also insights to help you do more of the things that matter, doing more by doing less. And if you like this video, you might like this one. Give it a watch and hope it helps you as well. Until the next video, take care and bye for now.